Smelling Observer, and I am going to tell you about some things that I've learned recently. I watched a Hangout starring some of the ASMR community's biggest YouTubers. Ephemeral Rift was one of them. And I'm sorry I can't remember everybody's name, but I'm going to do my diligence to put all of that information in the bottom with a direct link to the video so that everybody can watch the Hangout. The Hangout was very, very informative, and it was fun watching these guys be themselves and just hang out. But one of the things that ER, or ephemeral rift, and some of the other guys brought out was, when it comes to doing an ASMR video, you don't need anything complicated. You don't have to have a whole lot of special effects. And if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that I don't have a whole lot of special effects when I do my videos. But what I do have is soft content. I'm going to venture out into doing more tapping, more themed things, more themed videos, because I am a sleep apnea patient, and one of the reasons I got into ASMR videos was because of my sleep apnea. I discovered that I was very, very, very stressed out. Just stressed out about personal issues in my own life. Stressed out about people that I work with being ignorant. Just stressed out about a lot of stuff. As a sleep apnea patient, I have to sleep with a device on my face that continually pumps air into my nasal cavity and into my lungs, because what happens is during the night I fall asleep and I stop breathing, and when I stop breathing, all of a sudden my body realizes, hey, this guy isn't breathing. We gotta wake him up or we're all in trouble. And so, my body has to do something to shock me back awake. People can die from sleep apnea. But I've already had a sleep study done, and I got myself what is known as a CPAP machine, and it helps me to breathe and continue to breathe. It keeps that flap at the back of my throat open so that I keep breathing throughout the night as I sleep, and that way I can get a full night's sleep. Adults should get between 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night. If we don't get enough sleep, we begin to experience some side effects to that. If we get too much sleep, we begin to experience the side effects to that too, and they're not good, and in some cases they can induce death. But as long as I have the machine, I'm fine. As long as I use it, I'm fine. But another problem that presented itself was falling asleep. I used to take melatonin I still have some of that melatonin, but I don't take it. I don't take it anymore because I've gotten to the place to where just being tired from the day's activities, when I go to bed, I just fall asleep naturally. But here's how I got into watching ASMR videos and eventually making some of my own. I was watching one of those videos back when stuff my girlfriend says was trending. Back when that was the big thing that everybody was parodying on YouTube. I watched a video that this girl made, and one of the things that she did was stuff whisper people do. And I had no idea what a whisper video was, but when she said it, it stuck in my mind. So the next time I was on YouTube, I looked it up, whisper, and one of the first things that came up was gentle whispering. And I watched her video, and she's cute. Let's be real, she's cute. She's pretty. But she has a really soothing voice. And as I began to listen to her voice, I began to realize that it relaxed me. And so I don't have the internet at home. So I started downloading ASMR videos from YouTube, and I watched a lot of gentle whisperings videos just to hear her voice in my ear, and then to use that to release the stress and to just relax and to relax. And before I knew it, I was sleeping like normal. I was less stressed. I still have to deal with stress, but I have a stress reliever. A friend of mine fixes and repairs computers and gaming consoles. Well, he gave me a modded Xbox. And when we were kids, we used to play a lot of Nintendo. Me, him, a lot of our friends. We would get together at whichever parent's house would let us sit at their house. And we would play video games all day, all night on Nintendo. And what ended up happening was he told me that he had a modded Xbox. And he said, it's yours if you want it. And I told him I want it. So I got it. And I'm in the process of acquiring all the wires and everything that's necessary to play it. So I'm going to get back into gaming, and I'm going to be gaming with him and some of my other friends, the same friends that, I grew up with playing at each other's houses. Well, one lives in North Carolina with his wife and kids. Another friend is in the Philippines. I have friends in, I believe one is in Florida or South Carolina. Oh, two of them in South Carolina. So we're all kind of spread out over the world. But that's the beauty of online gaming. We can all get together and play online as we got time. So that sounds like it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be great to be together with the guys again, even though we're all in our different states. Because I'm here in Mississippi. Even though we're all, spread out all over the world, all over the United States, we're going to get to sit down and play together. I'm really excited about that. And I've discovered that video games, for me, is a very good stress reliever. But, yeah, since I've been listening to ASMR videos, I've begun to learn to relax and to be calm and to relax. Excuse me, I gotta get that kink out of my neck. But ASMR has helped me with that. And so I'm glad to be a part of the ASMR community. And I look forward to making more and more videos. And I look forward to making more and more themed videos. I realized that Ephemeral Rift, and some of the other guys said, that you don't really need anything complicated to make an ASMR video. But I'm a special effects kind of guy. I like to make the effects, and as soon as I learn how, as soon as I get the programs together to put on my laptop, I'm going to be doing some really interesting stuff. There's a lot of interesting stuff that I would like to do, and I really want to do it. Like for instance, I made a vampire apocalypse video, and that was based on another video that I saw one girl did. She did a zombie apocalypse video, but it was ASMR, and I just thought that was the most wonderful thing in the world. I wish I could remember her name. If I could remember her name, I'll link you to the video, because it was just so well done. It was her, and then it was another guy. I can't remember his name either. I'm so sorry. I'm bad with names. But he did one, maybe two, maybe three zombie apocalypse videos, ASMR videos, and they were really, really good, and I really liked the theme, and it was just really entertaining. And see, I want to be able to entertain you guys, not just, I want to be able to entertain you. I want to be able to relax you. I want you to be able to experience ASMR from the content that I create. And I want you to be able to experience what I experience. So back to what I was saying. I made the ASMR video about it was a vampire apocalypse, and I told a little story, and that story I made up was about how the zombie apocalypse had taken over the world. But then there was something new that was introduced, and a part of the story was, well, I'll just go ahead and explain it to you. The premise of that particular video was, I was nursing a girlfriend back to health. I had her in my bed, and she wakes up, and I'm laying there just staring at her. And I began to talk to her and explain to her, hey, just relax, calm down, everything's fine. Well, everything wasn't fine, because her brother was dead, because he figured out a way that he could bring down, that we could blow up the mall and destroy the greater majority of the zombies that were chasing us. So we helped him to wire the whole mall with explosives. We let all the zombies in, and because he was already hurt to the point that he wasn't going to survive the night, or he wasn't really going to survive a couple of hours longer, we left him to detonate the explosives, and in doing so, he brought the whole mall down on all the zombies, or at least the ones that had followed us to the mall. And I had some interesting characters. I had the crazy Cajun, her and her husband, and I had two college students, Dan and his girlfriend. They were college students. They were a couple, and they were escaping, running from the zombies too. And then it was me, and then there was my girlfriend and her brother, and it was her brother who brought the mall down on himself. Now there was a little girl, a 6-year-old. As we were leaving the mall, we got everybody up, but I saw the little girl run into the bathroom, and I knew she wouldn't be safe there. So I ran into the bathroom to get her. And when I went into the bathroom, the lights were flickering. It was borderline dark and light because the light was flickering off and on. And the little girl was just standing there facing the wall. She's about 7 or 8 years old. And I walk up to her and I say, "Hey, we gotta get out of here, baby. You can't stay here." And she didn't say anything. But I turned her around and she looked at me. And I said, "Come on, let's go." And I pick her up. And I held her close to me and I ran. As I was running out, she hugged me. But when she hugged me, she bit me in my neck. And I didn't notice anything necessarily until we got outside. And as we got outside, the mall exploded. We just barely made the explosion. And when I got up and I looked up, it was the sun had risen in the sky. And I realized that the little girl that I had was gone. She had completely turned to ash. And I knocked her ashes off me, but I couldn't tell that that was happening during the explosion. What happened was she internally combusted when she came outside in the sun. And the crazy Cajun and her husband was telling me about vampires, but I didn't think anything of it. I just bandaged my neck. We all got into a vehicle that of our choice, and we escaped. The crazy Cajuns were headed for New Orleans. The college kids, they were headed out of town. I think they were headed north. Me, I took my girlfriend and I put her in my SUV, and I took her to my apartment. There were very few zombies out that day, but we made it. We made it to my house, and I took her upstairs and I put her in my bed. I set her bone because her leg was broken, and I bound it up so that it would be nice and tight and it could heal. I made her some crutches, and I loaded the SUV down with some supplies. And I was laying there explaining all this to her, and I was telling her that, the sun was going down. When she woke up, it was already nighttime, and I was still in the midst of the metamorphosis. But the metamorphosis wasn't such that I was out of control. I still had control of myself, even though the vampire was starting to form and come out. So I was giving her some last-minute instructions. I told her I'm gonna barricade myself into the bathroom, and by my estimation, in about 3 hours, I was gonna be fully changed. I didn't know if I would have any control once I had fully changed into a vampire. but the sun would be up. So I wouldn't be able to go outside, and I wouldn't be able to leave the apartment. So all she had to do was get up, get the keys, get the gun, and leave the apartment. Get to my car, get to the SUV. And once she got to the SUV, all she had to do was turn on the GPS and follow the GPS to wherever it took her. It would lead her to Camp Shelby. On Camp Shelby was my uncle. My uncle is a retired colonel in the United States Marine Corps. I gave her instructions to look for Colonel Henry Grant. Also, I left her with an iPad. On that iPad was information, sensitive information that my uncle would need that could help him and the other survivors on Camp Shelby to survive this apocalypse. And that information was vital. It was important that he get it. And so all she had to do was get in the vehicle and follow the GPS, and everything would be fine. But I told her that once I barricaded myself into the bathroom, I wouldn't be able to get out, not with my human strength. So that was a key to her, that she doesn't want to waste any time. As soon as the sun was up, which would have been another hour and a half, she would have had an hour and a half to get out of the apartment. Then she would have all day to get to safety. And she asked me what I was going to do. And I told her, I'm going to go to Chicago to find a friend of mine named Kawana. She's a doctor, and she specializes in viruses. I'm going to see if I still have control over myself, over the vampire, over the creature I was becoming. I would go up there, I would see her, and see if she could help me to defeat this virus and become a normal human again. And I personally, I don't believe I ended that video very well. I'm not very good with endings. I can start, but ending it is somewhat more complicated, because when you end something, be it poetry, be it a skit, you want to end it on a good note. Like, if it's a funny skit, you've got to end on a really good joke. If it's whatever it may be, it needs a proper ending that complements the beginning and the middle of the video that you made. Personally, I don't like the way that video turned out, because it didn't turn out the way I envisioned it in my mind. But that doesn't matter. I still try, and I want to up the ante as far as visual effects are concerned. Now, I know that goes against what Ephemeral Rith was saying, but when I see his videos, and when he's doing Mr. Clemens, or one time he did a video, and he was like, this is not an ASMR video. You will not refer to me as Ephemeral Rift, or Rift as it were. And the way that he did the video, it was just awesome. It was authentic. It was original. It was very, very well done. And I want to be able to make videos like that. Not that I'm trying to mimic his work, because I have some ideas of my own that I would like to implement, and I get inspiration from the other channels. I could give some shout outs, but I can't remember everybody's names. Let me see if I can get my phone. get some shoutouts right here. I'm trying to get on Facebook. As soon as it comes up, I'll get some shoutouts because these people are making, they're putting their great efforts into making their videos, and they're all very unique. Each one is different. You might say, well, they're all the same. No, each one is different because each person who makes a video brings a certain quality of their character to their videos. So let me see. I like Water Whispers Elsa. I like her videos. Sometimes she talks about herself, and I like that she shares that side of herself. And it really kind of, if anything, it made me more drawn to watching her videos because I began to feel like, hey, I know this person personally, even though I don't. But I like her videos. Somebody I just added is River Whisper. I like her videos. There's so many more. ASMR Nova Star. I really like her videos. I like some of the trippy videos that she makes, where she's talking and it sounds like several people talking, or really it's her talking, and it's like multiple versions of her, and they're all talking, not in unison. It's kind of broken up, but it's nice and relaxing the way that she does it. Of course, there's Ephemeral Rift. There's Andrew ASMR. Let me get out of this. Let me get out of YouTube. And, let me get out of Facebook. And let's see. Because I have so many. Pigs Bum 53. That name is funny. But Pigs Bum 53. I like her videos too. I like her voice. It's not just because she's British, but okay, well that has a lot to do with it. But she does have a soft, soothing voice. Let's see. Vinny Vidi Volps. Vinny Vidi Volps, if I'm saying that right. I like her videos too. She's a good one to, if you don't watch ASMR videos, she would be a good one to listen to. There's, let's see who else we got. Now, Miss Tila Tequila. She doesn't do ASMR, she does conspiracy theories. Some of her videos where she's talking about her experiences, I've gotten that ASMR effect off of it, just by listening to her on my phone and listening to her talk about the Illuminati. Just listening to her talk is just relaxing. I don't know if it's because she's a girl or what, but a lot of the female ASMR, I listen to some of the guys too, but a lot of the females, I listen to more of the females because there's something about the female voice. It's just soothing to me, just relaxing. Let's see what else we got. Softly Galoshes. These are shoutouts. Silly Little Tingles. Let's see who else we have. Well, grandmother, she did this thing where she picked up her cat and was showing her cat to the camera,